Okay, so we've been discussing the book Making Your Bed. Are there anything else that you think we should discuss, and maybe our audience can get more out of the book?
Yeah. For me, one big takeaway that is sort of implied in the book, because it talks about military and military service, but it wasn't explicitly called out, was the benefit of waking up early and getting up early, because I'm pretty certain that they weren't getting up at like noon to do a lot of this stuff, a lot of their training and exercise. They're getting up very early in the morning, and they're preparing. They're starting their training day early in the morning. They're finishing, maybe late at night. But I felt that was something that I personally try to implement, like getting up early, going to the gym, trying to move around while other people are asleep, allowing me to sort of get things done. I'll say my wife gets up very early in the morning, and so like when I wake up, she's already cleaned the kitchen, and she's already like done work, and she's already might have even gone grocery shopping, and I'm just like getting out of bed, and I'm like, well, how is she so productive? Well, she's so productive because she's doing a lot of things while other people are asleep. Mm-hmm. So I think that doing things while other people are asleep is one of those things that you can kind of is a good lesson that I think wasn't called out, but I think it's important.
I can see that too. I can see that in the military, because I think my impression of the military is that they do wake up early at 600 hours or 400 hours, or they also have night drills as well. But for basic everyday life, like coming back to civilian, mere mortal life, there are some people who are night owls and some people who are early birds. So maybe your wife is an early bird and she's highly functional in the morning and doing everything. I can see the benefit of doing things when other people are sleeping, when there's a quiet and a stillness. But I'm a night owl, and it's also getting things done when everyone's sleeping, because I can actually do stuff between like midnight and 2 in the morning where I'm the most energized, but in the morning I'm not going to function optimally. I'll probably be cranky, a little resistant to the fact that I'm up early. So I think in terms of productivity, I would flip it. But you're right, in the military there's something about starting your day early.
I think I'm the worst case scenario, right? Because I'm forced to get up early because I'm working Eastern time zone. So my alarm is at 5:30 because my first meeting could be 6 a.m. But the problem is that I'm also a night owl, and sometimes at night there's still some little bit of more work to be done. I start doing it, and then once you get into the flow of things, you just keep it going. Next thing I know, it's 2 a.m. And then I still have to wake up at 5:30. So I'm like, yes, I think I can accomplish more. I can do a lot more. I think at the expense of proper sleep, and I'm not sure how sustainable that might be, right? So if you guys have some ideas of how to change that or help me be better at that, let me know.
But what's interesting, just while we're discussing things, why is waking up early thought to be a well-disciplined person? Like, those people are like, wow, they wake up early, they get things done, they're well-disciplined. It's and there's a lot of early morning routine videos out there, and I kind of admire them. But why then is someone who probably is as productive, but between like midnight and 2 o'clock, probably doing as much work, they just have perhaps a different biochemistry or biophysiology. Why is that then not held in high esteem? That's not discipline. That's somehow the person, if you're a person that wakes up late but then works late, there's still this sort of bias that person's lazy or just didn't get their work done, so they're up late. But really, if you think about the tasks being done, you probably can equate the two, just one's in the morning and one's at night. So I just have a little bit of a thing now, because I'm a night owl, that I'm not a highly disciplined person because I don't wake up at 4 in the morning.
I think that so my biggest view, so just to be very fair, I force myself to get up early. I prefer to stay up late, right? And so, but what I find is a couple of things. Number one, I find when I get up early, I can be a lot more focused on myself. I can be a lot more selfish, meaning I can like force myself to go to the gym or force myself to exercise. And then I find when I'm working late, I'm too tired to go to the gym. So I find myself working, like actually, doing a paper, writing doing something work related. I think the big thing though is being able to find those periods either in the morning or in the evening to where you can deep work without distractions. Because I find between 9 and 5, or between a traditional work day, with Slack and instant messaging and email, I'm constantly being broken, right? I'm constantly being interfered with, where I'm not able to get as much work done because I've got Slack messages coming off and people wanting responses and all that type of stuff. So I'm not able to just deep work. So I just feel like if you have that time in the morning, or maybe you have that time at night, you're able to reach or get into a good state because you're being uninterrupted.
I think, like what you say, Angela, is that the 2 hours at the end versus the 2 hours in the morning, yes, it still could be quiet. But the difference, I think, is the 2 hours is at the end after you've done a bunch of stuff, right? Typically, I'm not saying everybody, you will be in a less energy, right, by the time you get there. Whereas the first 2 hours in the morning, you have the most energy, right? So maybe that could be the thing about being more disciplined, more productive, and that could be it, right? If you do your most important things in that 2 hours, would you rather do it at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, right? So I don't know. Maybe we should take a nap before the last 2 hours so that you do have that freshness.
That's interesting too, because I do see that. Should you start off your day well? Should you start off in that 150% mode, or end your day with 100% mode? So if we think of things as, let's say, in general, because I think my biophysiology, I'm at my lowest. I'm still kind of asleep. Like, let's say if I were to start tomorrow at 5 in the morning, versus I've taken a run at like 10:30 at night, and I'm as energetic, but I'm like, and I could probably work with a higher acuity and more focus at 11 o'clock at midnight than I can at 5 in the morning, where I'm really groggy. But I do understand, in general, it would be a really good idea to start off like making your bed and working and having that early start. Then I guess typically you should be winding down by that stage. But I'm just saying, I think I have a different makeup that drives me a different way.
I guess everybody is slightly different, and also your routine. Right? What is your habit, and are you used to it? Like I say, I'm probably the worst case, right? I get up early, I sleep late, and that's a bad combination in general.
So this is interesting, and add to the comments below. Are you a early morning bird, or are you a night owl? And do you find that there is a bias against night owls versus early birds?
Hey guys, of course we are the M3 Collective. Please don't forget to like,
comment,
and subscribe.
By doing so, you'll receive notification when we drop new videos.